2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by,
Erik.
And Kelly.
and this week we watched There's Something About Mary. Oh man, I didn't pull up the show notes. Hold on a second. There it is. Directed by Bobby and Peter Farrelly. Is it Farrelly or Farley? Farrelly.
I thought it was
probably, right?
Farley. I don't know.
I have no. Looks like Farrelly to me. I'm
Brothers,
pretty sure
Farrelly
I've heard
brothers.
Farrelly brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop, dude.
Written by Ed Decter and John J. Strauss, starring Cameron Diaz, Matt Dillon, and Ben Stiller. IMDb synopsis. A man gets a chance to meet up with his dream girl from high school, even though his date with her back then was a complete disaster. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, it was a complete disaster. Jeez.
Yes, it was.
You get your, I mean, we don't even know if that was the Franks or the beans zipped up in those pants.
Wasn't it both, though?
Like yeah.
I think so. I think he got the beans above the Frank.
I mean, that's just proof you just don't panic. Panicking gets you killed or zips your dong up. I've only
Yeah.
had one accident like that ever, and I was zipping up while I was trying to run away from a mud ball or something, and I got myself. And
I feel like backing it out, though, is not the way to do it. Just tear the fucking zipper apart. It's not like fucking glue, or not glue. Where am I going with that? It's not welded together. There it is. Glue. Where the fuck am I going with glue? Glue comes apart pretty easy. God damn. It's not welded together. You can pull the zipper apart if you apply enough force to it. So don't
That's
fucking back
true.
that shit out. You're gonna mess some
how
stuff
would that
up.
even work? I don't know. I mean, I only zipped it up like one click, and I was like, oh, and then I think I ripped it down because it was only in there a little ways. But Jesus, he mangled it. Probably end up with tetanus after that.
How often have you seen that in person, Redfoot? Sorry, the commenter on here.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just that. I forgot that they did like a close up on that thing too. I must have watched this movie quite a few times, like on television or whatever, and just forgot 5 times. That's fucked up.
I think this is one of the times like when the movie on the TV with the ABC channel is actually better because you don't see the guy's dong
You don't see that, yeah.
and it doesn't show him sitting there masturbating for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's doing it with like a cold, dead eye, holding the sink. Like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
He doesn't even light a candle.
I had to sit here, and so my daughter came downstairs early, so I had to be like, all right, well, we're not watching that now. I had to wait until she was doing something else and just get through the fucking movie because I just, I didn't have time yesterday and was trying to do it today. I'm like, God damn it. Stop looking over at the monitor. This looks bad.
Yeah.
It's just stuff you can't see. It's not like it's that bad, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He doesn't need to know what's really in particular air.
Yeah. God damn it. Either rent. Let's see.
Yeah. Anyway, so let me think. What was I doing? I had a thought and then it popped out of my head.
Nice.
Thinking about the stupid zipper thing. So I thought they did a great job casting like the sleaze bag. Like I can't imagine anybody but Matt Dillon playing the skis ball.
Yeah.
And then fucking Harlan Williams. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
That's his name.
He's so
That guy's
fucking
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
I feel like he was like a wasted resource.
Yeah, he's like, what is he? He's not in a whole lot. Like, I don't think he's been in anything lately.
Lately, I know. He's in Superstar, one of my favorites. It's so stupid. Rocket Man, of course. Like, duh. Oh, God. We have to watch that one at some point. I love it.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
That's like the best one he's in.
What, Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, he's like, get out of here, you pumpkin pie haircut and freak.
He's in
Yeah.
Half Baked.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen that movie through and through.
No,
I
it's a
don't
good
think I
movie.
have either.
Yeah,
Man, is he
haven't
not-
seen it.
Let's see. Is he not on here? Damn it. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. So so then the Norm guy, like, that guy does. He should be a con man or something, because he does like a good job being believable as something else, because he was asking him about like the stadium and the other crap in Santiago,
Oh yeah.
and it sounded legitimate. Like, being able to just whip that off the top of your head, or maybe he even researched some of that stuff.
It was
Holy
just two. It was
shit.
two BSers fucking like going after each other. He knew.
Yeah.
I think he said he knew that the other guy was full of it. So he was just like trying to call him on his shit and be like, "Well, I don't actually know any of this shit either. Both making the shit up." And maybe he mentioned
Yeah.
something, and it kind of he was totally full of it, and Healy was like, "Yeah, totally, yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, yeah, that kind of shit, Where he's like, I just made that shit up. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, he was good enough that he got rid of fucking Brett Favre.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how the fuck did he do that?
Well, I mean,
That's not an easy fucking, because like if he's like the Boy Scout that he says and everything,
yeah.
and he like, holy shit balls, come up with some lie that he said something that kind of like that sounds reasonable enough for her to believe it, but bad enough that she's like, fuck off. That's like a big skill. Nobody can do that. That's why it's in a movie.
Yeah. Well, he's also dedicated enough to have his back broken by somebody. So that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, what's funny about like the whole some of the whole stalker thing is like I swear to God, back in the 40s, there's so many like grandmas with like stories where basically the guy that they ended up marrying was stalking them.
Yeah.
And they just ended up getting together. And it's like,
just got
what?
done with it. Like, fuck it. All right, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays it's like, oh my God, he's a stalker. He called you the day after you guys went out on a date. Oh my God. You should report him to the police. Because there's like that extreme.
Yeah.
And then there's like the grandma that's like, yeah, he showed up in the middle of the night with some candy, and he made me real happy. He did that every day for 2 months until I finally said I'd go out with him.
It's like every like 80s movie where the guys are doing shit like that, going to the house and shit, playing music outside, going to run to the airport, all that crap,
Well, I mean, shit. That one failed love story, Back to the Future, the guy even is peeping Tom on his mom and gets hit by a car to take his dad's place. I mean, freak.
Oh man. Fucking
That's
there
so I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Son of a bitch. I'm having one of those days.
Yeah.
It snowed like 20 feet outside, and I'm trying to figure out if I can manage to make it to work without crashing or not. So I'm having a freak out.
Early in the morning, probably before any lower, what are they called?
Plows.
Snow
pushers.
plows.
Thank you. Yeah.
Snow pushers.
Well, I mean, the fucking road, our street's not even remotely plowed right now. It's
Sequel
got
to
a foot of
Snowpiercer.
snow on it.
Snow pusher.
Yeah.
Fucking Willy Wonka really fucked the planet up there.
Yeah, he did.
So, let's see. Oh yeah, so Chris Elliott, he's like my favorite. I don't know what happened. I used to hate that guy every time I'd see him in a show.
Uh-huh.
And we watched him in Schitt's Creek, and now he's like my favorite weirdo.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking great. Every time I see him, I'm like, this is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, because he like plays this awkward. He's so dedicated to whatever bullshit he's doing.
Yeah.
And he just like the whole Woganowski thing was funny, and like I don't know if that took you by surprise, but I know the first time I seen it, I'm like, holy shit, he's Woogie!
Yep.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
this freak, he
definitely the
got
first
Ted
time I watched
down
that. So
there. Yeah, he got Ted down there just for that.
that son of a bitch. And his fucking weird like hives all the time. It's like, man.
You want him to unplug the router, honey? Mm-hmm. So go ahead. Sorry about that. Yeah, the
his, like,
hives.
his fucking gross ass hives or whatever. That's fucking. God damn it! Every time I see that, I'm like, ah, fuck that. God damn it, that's.
It
gross.
looks like he's been stung by like 1,000 bees.
Yeah. Oh man. Did he get? Do you think he got those before? Like,
Yeah,
That's
it
what it
sounded
sounded like,
like
yeah.
that. At least in college, he was getting them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's weird. I mean, this is a movie that illustrates one of the problems a lot of men have, is that if there's a really like awesome chick, there's always like 1,000 other guys trying to get at her. You know?
Yeah.
And then I think my favorite types of these movies are where the chick is actually terrible, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's just good looking or something, but the rest of her is awful. Like I
Yeah.
kind of want to see one of those movies. You know, you see them on occasion,
Yeah. Every
but
once in
they're
a while.
not. It's not the same kind of layout as this. Whereas this, she's like charitable and she's nice, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
then-
one
Pretty
just
awesome.
powder.
So.
Yeah, and then she's got the crazy old lady who's, you know, hanging out with her, that apparently is banging some guy that likes her.
The fisherman guy.
Yeah,
The one she the one she sees out on the dock, right? Isn't that who
Shoots
that
the
was?
yeah.
Shoots the
Fucking
band
shoots
guy.
the fucking band guy. Jesus.
Oh man.
I mean, the whole scene with the jizz is like, as a kid, I thought was great.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I'm like, she would totally smell that. You can smell that shit from like a mile. Maybe it's just me with my sense of smell. I don't
Damn it,
know.
dude.
But I'm 90% sure I could smell that if it was 2 feet away from me. You know.
Oh man. God damn it, dude. The fuck?
Yeah, and whose fucking jizz looks like that? He looks like he's super dehydrated.
Maybe he is. He's super
I
nervous,
mean-
didn't drink anything.
You know, he's like just not drinking any water.
Does that change if you drink more water? I mean, it should, because it's a flu.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not. I
Mm.
haven't experimented with that. That would be a interesting self experiment. Get super dehydrated and try and blast one out.
God damn it,
Is the
dude.
consistency any different? I don't know.
Redfoot says yes, it does.
Yeah, it could. I know when I drink a crap load of water, it does not make it more fluidly.
There's the dog. Everybody has to hear the dog.
Hey, they hear a baby. So.
It's okay. They're here and Stan making a bunch of racket.
Yeah. Yeah, Redfoot's an RN, so he's got it down. He knows what he's talking about here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He's had to look at that shit. Oh, we're getting a sterility test here, buddy. Oh, jeez, I gotta hang on to this again.
Yeah. Oh man. Fucking
God.
I forgot Keith David was in this movie. Fucking Keith David.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Just
Yeah, he
like
is.
you know, just his voice acting and so much shit. He's in like he's in some of the Halo stuff. He's also in a cartoon my daughter watches.
He's in fucking Rick and Morty. He's
That's
president.
right. I forgot
can't
he is.
remember his
He's the
name.
fucking president. That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say President. What's his name is in
Yeah.
this, but I couldn't remember it, and I was like, well, that joke failed.
He's also president in what the fuck's that game called? The other it's not GTA, it's the other one. Saints Row. He's the president in that also.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd be a cool president.
He's
I
got
mean,
yeah.
seems like it'd be all right to me. You know.
His speeches would be awesome. One of
Yeah.
those guys like fucking Morgan Freeman. He's got an awesome voice, so
Yeah, he does. I feel like maybe he should do that.
yeah.
Like I hope he just doesn't have a bunch of fucking skeletons in his closet that'll wreck our opinion of him.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
nowadays,
literally
I'm
only know of him from movies and cartoons and shit, so I have no idea.
well, my favorite movie that he's been in is Men at Work. That's my favorite role that he's ever done.
Yeah.
Where he's like the crazy ex-Vietnam guy, and he's like, I hate the police, and he's helping pack around a dead body he's got nothing to do with because he's sure they're gonna pin it on him.
Yeah.
Which is probably true. I mean, let's be realistic. That's exactly who they'd go for. They'd be like, oh, the 3 garbage truck drivers definitely killed this guy. 100%. He's in a barrel in the back of their truck. Now, if it was me, I think I'd be like, holy shit, there's a dead guy in here. Let's get him in the truck.
Yeah.
We need to go pick up other people's trash right now and get this fucking guy covered up. Because as long as you don't have Ricky from Trailer Park Boys' dad living at the dump, nobody's ever going to see him. And then eventually the seagulls and the vultures will show up, and then maybe he'll get spotted. And by then, nobody will know it was you dumped him there. Wow. A fucking trash can guy should definitely be a serial killer. I feel like you'd be able to easily get rid of the bodies.
You think so? Yeah. That reminds me. You mentioned Trailer Park Boys. One of the Fairley brothers directed some episodes of Trailer Park Boys.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Where's that?
Huh.
Oh, there's so Bobby Fairley. Yeah, he directed All the Shit I Need, The Cunt Word, Looks Like the Liquor Wins, and Thugged Out Gangsta Shit.
Those are all pretty solid episodes.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking funny. He must love those guys. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So I was looking through, I was like, what other movies have these guys done? And I was like, oh shit, he's done fucking Trailer Park Boys. Huh, I wonder if Eric's seen those episodes. I'm assuming you have, since you've watched every fucking episode.
I've seen every episode multiple times. Yeah. Mostly I just remember seasons at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
how many
season
fucking
4's
seasons are
got
there?
Conky. There's a 13.
A 13, yeah.
I think 12 or 13. The later ones I don't watch so much because they lost some of their zazz.
Yeah.
They kept trying to figure out different Leahy, like trying to shoehorn in somebody else to be the Leahy so that Jim, because I think they kind of had an idea he might be getting near the end of the road.
Yeah.
And they could never find anybody to replace him. Like they'd always get some way too, one season they had this guy who's like an ex-colonel and he's way too hard. And it turns out he's just like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jim Leahy's whole thing is that he really cares about the park and about the law, but he'll do, but he was ridiculous in like a lovable sense. He was basically kind of like an uncle you have a feud with,
Yeah.
where he's going to do stuff, but there's like a line he won't cross, and they need to find that guy, somebody like that. Like I had this dream where Matt Damon was the new fucking trailer park supervisor, and he was rolling around drunk, doing all kinds of stuff, and I was like, he'd be perfect because he doesn't seem like crazy,
Uh-huh.
He just has one of those like faces. Because if it's Mark Wahlberg shows up, you're like, somebody's gonna get shot, 100%, because he's got that mean face. Whereas Matt Damon, it's like, oh, they'll probably just hug it out. They might get in a little, scuffle, but it's not going to be the end of the world.
I just want Matt Damon to move into the trailer park now. Just fucking,
Yeah.
just play his character from, what was it, Thor, I think, where he's just that hillbilly talking about wiping his ass or some shit like that.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk could be there too.
Yeah. They're just hanging
that'd be great. Oh, those freaking, I wish they loved the show and were like, yeah, we'll just do it for free. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Or we'll do it for scale or something, That'd be great.
Oh, man. Oh, fuck.
So this show has got so many. When did this come out? 94?
I'd say
98.
98.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were in what, ninth grade when it came out, roughly.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking to other people who's seen it in the theaters, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of a movie? It's got some dude cranking it, wiping his jizz in some lady's hair. What the hell is wrong with this fucking country? We're watching that for TV now? But it turns out it's, more innocent than that. And then who the hell's house, right? Like, why does Mary always having her top off in the fucking open window?
I don't know. It's like,
I mean-
especially if she's had problems with stalkers in the past, like, and she's just out there, windows open, no blinds closed or anything like that, just changing, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then, when she's younger, seriously, come on, guys.
I mean,
Maybe
here he
she
is.
just wants all wieners to be zipped up. 'Cause after that happens, she's like, I'm gonna get every guy in the neighborhood. Zip, zip, ow!
Yeah. I mean, he could have actually there's definitely guys who would have been like, "Are you looking at my wiener in here?" When they're looking
Just
down
turn
at
it around.
him.
Turn
Like
it around.
you.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely would have
I
turned
know
it
you
around.
would've.
I'd be like, "Are you guys looking at my dick? I can't believe you'd be looking at my dick right now." God. I felt somebody's eyes on me, and lo and behold, you guys are looking at my dick. And that might at least definitely wouldn't have zipped it up right away. I would have been like, oh, I'll let him look at it for a minute. I mean, you just can't. You don't hammer zipping it up. That's asking for trouble. Who the fuck is the asshole who made the zipper, anyways?
I don't know.
I mean,
Some
think
dude.
about this: having a whole bunch of sharp interlocking metal right next to the most delicate
Well,
part on a male
YKK
body.
did have a big influence on the zipper, so I don't know if it's
Who?
YKK on every zipper. It says YKK.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese thing.
Leave it to the Japanese.
But
we
was
have
it
buttons,
meant
work
specifically for
fine.
that, to begin with? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Let's see. Elias Howe received a patent for an automatic continuous clothing closure. So that guy, I guess.
There's
Let's
buttons. My
see.
dad. I mean, I don't know if they still make them, but my dad had Levi's throughout my whole life at living at home that were button up Levi's.
Yeah.
So they do make them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it's a lot faster if you got to really, get out of your pants to use the restroom or other activities that
Yeah.
require you with no pants on. A zipper would be a
I
lot
guess
better than a belt. And Velcro, I don't think would hold.
Velcro's too
good
loud.
enough.
Yeah.
Too
It gets
loud.
the fuzzies in there.
Do you have to stealth undo your pants so you don't want the Velcro? You're just sitting at a desk and you're. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.
I mean, you only need to get 2 buttons undone. There's probably 4. You could get the top 2. You just do it like a little kid and just jerk your pants down to the ground. Stand there with your ass cheeks hanging out, which I have done when I was drunk. I had a pair of pants that were like my only pair of fancy pants, but the zipper got screwed up so it wouldn't unzip.
Yeah.
So I'd literally just pull my pants all the way down. So I'm standing there in a bar with my ass, and I would purposely pull up my shirt because I thought it was funny. So guys would walk in and be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "My zipper's broken," and my hairy ass is hanging out.
Oh, damn it.
It was pretty funny.
Oh man, it makes me think of like Jackass, and I feel like it was what the fuck was his name? Fucking guy goes in and just like walks up and just drops his pants and just takes a piss at the urinal or like one of those fucking troughs or whatever, and just like, "What's up, guys?" Just kind of looking at everybody. Oh man,
It's too
Yeah.
bad they're not making any more of those movies. I almost wish they could have just recorded a whole bunch of stunts,
yeah.
and then spread it out so they could have like 6 movies worth of stunts.
Yeah, I just don't like at this point. Everybody is so fucking old or just hurt already that I don't think most of
yeah.
them can do a lot of the shit or fucked up. Like Bam is pretty fucked up on alcohol and other shit. I think Knoxville's kind of stepped back a lot from this stuff, though he does some crazy shit in like what's that movie they just did? God damn it, the park one, Adventure Park or whatever, something like that. So I think they're just like, well, I'm tired of fucking hurting myself. So Knoxville just
they could
dresses
do
old
like
man
a funny
and,
prank show.
yeah. I mean, yeah, they
Half of
definitely
it is
could.
just like Knoxville's personality is great.
Yeah,
he's an enjoyable character to watch.
Can you imagine?
Like he did a movie.
Well, like his eye popped out in that last movie, so a prank show where he does like he sneezes and fucking his eye pops out or some shit would be fucking hilarious. Also gross as hell, but still.
Well, he was great in the Grandpa show too. That was really funny.
Bad Grandpa, yeah.
Yeah. So they could do pranks with stuff, trick people, do it to civilians.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, he's always funny in his different costumes.
I mean, one of my favorite ones of their shows was the Wild Boys TV series with Chris Pontius and Steve-O.
Yeah.
And apparently when Steve Irwin died, those two were like, holy shit, if Steve Irwin, who actually knows what he's doing, died, we need to quit right fucking now because we're definitely going to die.
Yeah.
So they quit right then. They're like, that's it.
Well, and I think that was kind of the height of like Steve-O's fucking drug use also, so didn't help much there.
Yeah, I've heard him in a couple podcasts. He's really cleaned himself up.
Yeah, he has.
One he did, I can't remember who he did it with, maybe with Tom Segura and his wife. He's like, he actually really thinks about stuff. He's a super sharp guy.
Yeah.
He is not like the doofus that he kind of comes across as. When he's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking jump off this thing and it's like, oh my God. He's actually like thinking about deep stuff.
Yeah. I think like 50% of that was the fucking drugs though. So, I mean, he still does crazy shit. He trained as a fucking clown when he was, like when he was younger and shit like that. So he was like a clown on like cruises and stuff for a while. And then
we're hearing about how he started doing stunts.
Yeah.
He was like at colleges and he would just get shit faced and he started doing fire breathing.
Yeah.
And he accidentally caught himself on fire and everybody loved that. So then he started putting himself on fire on purpose.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was jumping off of buildings. Then he fell off a building when I don't know. He just like, it just kept escalating. And it's like, how are you still alive?
Yeah, I've got videos like the DVDs of like we've got the Steve-O DVDs and shit like that from back in the day. I've also got like all the CKY stuff and the Jackass stuff, and just some of the Steve-O stuff is stuff that's beyond what they would even put in the Jackass shit. And he's like fucking 3 or 4 stories up on like at a hotel and just fucking jumping off into a pool or whatever after lighting himself on fire and shit. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Seriously. All you had to do was slip and you'd fuck yourself up. So
yeah, we're living in the universe where Steve-O didn't die at 22. I mean, what a great one to live in, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, so when I was watching, I'm sure I watched Jackass first because, yeah. Anyways, I'm thinking, did none of these guys want to be dads? Like they're just like smashing nuts all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
and I think Chris Pontius is actually dead. I don't know about the other guys, but
Knoxville definitely. Bam is. I don't think Steve-O is.
Ew! Somebody had sex with Bam.
Yeah.
Ew.
He's so gross.
Yeah.
He does. Look
he seems
kind
like he
like,
definitely has
smelly.
like. Yeah.
He's got that look like you probably smell like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other guys. I don't think. I think like Dave England and or Dave England, Robert England. What the fuck was his name? Robert.
I think it's Dave England.
Yeah, it's Dave England because Robert England is Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. I think he's got kids and fucking McGahee. I don't know about that guy. He's like kind of fallen off of all the stuff. So. Fucking Preston Lacey and what the hell's the little guy's name?
Wee Man.
Wee Man.
Yeah.
Is it Dave Acuna? Maybe.
Yeah, Dave. I know his last name's Acuna. I don't know what his first name is. Is it?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think that's quite right.
Yeah. But like, did you watch that? There was that documentary on was it Hulu? That was about the skater magazine that like Knoxville and like Wee Man and all those guys got started at, and like where
Oh, yeah, you posted it.
Knoxville shoots himself in the chest with a fucking gun while he's wearing a bulletproof vest and shit, and it's just like you know he's gonna be fine, but like watching it and I'm just like, fucking don't do that. What the fuck are you doing, man? So yeah, it's just real.
Well, you
messed up.
really don't know. I mean, I guess you do know he's going to be fine because he's not dead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I mean, things could go wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think a thing that from the past is gonna go wrong since we already knew he's
change
fine,
of
but
all
yeah.
of a sudden he's just
He's dead.
Johnny Knoxville died 12 years ago
Yeah.
because Steve watched this thing. Fuck! I knew superstitions were real. The newscasters think, Steve, you killed Johnny Knoxville.
Well, and like, okay, so when he does it, he's also using a revolver, and he doesn't have it in the right spot. So he's got one bullet in this fucking revolver, and he pulls the trigger, and it's not in the right spot, so it doesn't hit the first time. And he's like, "Fuck," because he had to psych himself up for the first shot, and then
Oh, God.
then he's like, "Fuck," and then the other guys like, "Just don't fucking do it. What are you doing? Don't fucking do this shit." So, it was just, man, it was real messed up.
I can't even imagine doing that.
Yeah.
I hate being sore and stuff. Half of the stuff they do, I'm like, oh no. You know?
Yeah, he had huge fucking bruise on himself after that one too. So
Some of that's definitely got to be, permanent damage. So,
yeah,
yeah.
like Knoxville broke his dick. Like I think he's like he punctured his bladder or some shit like that, or his urethra, while doing a stunt. His eye pops out of his head now. There's shit. That guy's real fucked up, man.
Yeah. Here, I thought I had it bad because I have a hole going from my eyeball to my nose to my mouth now.
Yeah.
It's all connected. I can underwater hold my breath and blow air bubbles out my eyeball. Which is, and it's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, so something about Mary, that's what I was thinking
it's called
about.
Dumb. The documentary's called Dumb about Big Brother. It is still on Hulu, it looks like.
I think I started watching it and then I turned it off for some reason. There might have been, can't remember if I don't know. Sometimes late at night I'll turn shows on like that and then watch them until I get tired.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes me like 2 hours to go to sleep, and sometimes I'm just immediately asleep.
Oh man, Redfoot says you're gonna get a brain parasite.
I might, actually. That's
hope
how that
not.
happens, yeah.
Put some tape on there, man. You'll be all right.
You just put some tape on the inside of my mouth all
Yeah.
the time.
You'll be all right. Some duct tape.
I thought about
what it's for, right?
Well, so I thought like it would heal itself up and seal itself up, but apparently I have to get some kind of a surgery to fix that.
Yeah, they have to put like a skin graft or something, probably, I imagine.
I'm like, what? Fuck. Of course, I'd have to go to some place where it isn't going to cost $50,000
yeah.
because, in the United States, I don't know.
You
Probably
go with
just,
Jason to Mexico. They'll help you out.
ignore it. I'll just ignore it. That's the way to go.
That's always the
It'll be
best thing.
fine.
Huh?
I mean, it'll be fine. I mean, if it gets infected, I'll just get some antibiotics.
Yeah.
Or do
okay.
like I did last time. So I got some, what the hell's that stuff called? Mouthwash. And I just held my, my nostril shut and I blew real hard in my mouth to get it to shoot up the hole. And it hurt a lot. But man, the snot that came out of there and the crap, it was fine after that. Like it just quit swelling up and it was
I hate
okay.
you. I hate
Yeah.
you. So gross.
It hurt a lot.
So gross.
It was like, how you
Oh.
like when you're a kid and you're drinking soda and you accidentally snort it.
Yeah.
It was way worse than that.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
Oh man.
Anyway, so
God damn it. Oh, that's gross. I
so
hate
poor
you.
Matt Dillon, like he was not in a lot of movies. That
No,
guy.
he's got real big
You know?
teeth. You know, he's got huge front
Yes,
teeth.
he does. Yeah.
Now I have to look.
Yeah, he
I don't think I've
does.
ever noticed, obviously.
Ben Stiller looks different in this movie than he normally does. And
He
I don't know if
does.
he's
What?
got
Definitely
like
does.
I swear to God, his ears got clipped or something because his ears seem bigger in this movie than they do in everything else.
Oh, he has big ears.
He's got fucking Dumbo ears, Kelly. His ears are like 3 times the size of mine. They're humongous and they stick out. When he's sitting there at the beginning of this talking to Chris Elliott, it's like, holy shit, there's ears with a tiny little face on it. That's what it looked like to me. All I could see was his fucking ears. I'm like, God damn, in the wind, that guy floats away.
Oh man. Yeah.
They're fucking humongous. And he's only, what, 30 something at that point? Because your ears keep growing your whole life.
Right.
Oh man.
Your ears and your nose, apparently.
You just flap away.
Yeah. Can you hear Stan growling?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. It's too quiet.
Wow.
Is he
He's
pissed
sitting
off
there,
or
he's like,
something?
ah,
Oh man.
what a goofball. So let's see.
Oh, the how about the her roommate, the old lady? That
Oh,
lady's
Magda?
nuts. Magda, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she the lady in Insidious too?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was seeing her sitting there licking the dog,
Yeah.
or letting the dog just lick her face.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
Oh,
she's
yeah.
a lady in Dumb and Dumber when she's picking up the dog
Yeah, she's Mrs. Nugemeyer.
with the mustard all over him. I always thought it was one of the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, oh, it's that lady like kind of gasping.
My work speaks for itself. Oh! That's the
Oh,
fight. He
man.
actually changed his vehicle for his own work that he didn't own. Because I don't, anyways. So what the hell was this guy, like that whole skit that Matt Dillon does where he makes up the Peace Corps thing?
Uh-huh.
Like, who the fuck does that?
This guy.
I
don't
mean,
know. He made everything up, so why the fuck not, right? Just keep lying.
yeah,
Sooner or later it'll work, right? At least that's the
I
way
don't
he was
thi-
going.
yeah.
Sociopaths. That's who does it.
I don't think that works.
No, I don't think it does either. Especially if you
I
can't keep
mean-
it straight, but I don't know.
And again, there's politicians that their entire career's been based off that, and it seems to work for them.
Yeah.
So-
Somebody's calling them on their bullshit.
or they're really good at getting called on it, and they're just like bounced off me like a,
Yeah. Just act like he didn't even say anything. Just ignore him.
yeah, that's it. Which is pretty fucking funny. The kid.
Oh man.
So let's see. What's your favorite scene in this movie?
Oh fuck. Let's see. My favorite scene in this movie, huh? Actually, honestly, I like the part where he fucking kills the dog and tries to resuscitate it. So he's like
Yeah.
fucking CPR plus, and then like shocks it back. Basically burns it until it comes back. That's pretty funny. So
Yeah, I like that as a kid, or not kid, but younger. And then
Yeah.
now it's just like, oh, dude, that's messed up.
oh yeah, totally
You
fucked
know?
up. But also, I like another part with the dog was when Ben Stiller's fighting the fucking dog on speed. So
Yeah, took
It's
the
kicking
dog
his
out of the
ass.
bathroom. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, what kind of dog is this? Oh, okay, this is nothing. This is fine.
Yeah, I think one of my
Bites its
favorite
nuts.
one of my favorite scenes was the scene where so he's staring at her and Mary's getting ready to take her top off, and then Matt Dillon
Yes.
grabs the humongous fucking
yeah.
binoculars and zeroes in on the lady's old lady boobs, and he's like, "Oh God!" And then he sees that it's the other lady.
Yeah, Magda.
Yeah.
I was like, I think that shit's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what the hell's wrong with her boobs? Oh, it's a different lady. And then you realize like they're in rooms next to each other, taking their tops off at the same time,
Yeah.
right in front of the window. House meeting.
Magda
at
knows
8:30
when
this morning.
Magda knows
Yeah.
when Mary's gonna do that, and she's just like, oh, maybe I'll get somebody. I don't know. Somebody's already looking up here. She leaves her window open all the time.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Kelly?
You guys kind of pretty much already said them. I guess kind of like at the end where you see that they're all like in the same room, all the guys.
Yeah.
You see the Brett Favre and just the reveal of like her what's his butt Woogie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then his face and everything. It's like that's so attractive.
His whole fucking
He's
his thing where he's like, can I just get a signature on this fucking shoe? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Just get in here.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Have you ever had a white head on your eye?" It's just so gross.
Ah, nasty.
Ugh.
God damn it, that's gross.
Stress hives look like they're no fun. He
Yeah,
should
they
just
do.
be like me and not ever get that stressed about that kind of stuff. You just don't worry about it. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It's like so weird how you're like, just some people are anxious about things and some aren't. And I don't think you can fix it. Like, I can't get more worried about stuff. Like, if I go, like, I'll get worried about something, and most of the time, in a couple hours, it'll just go away. Which
Because
isn't
you just
great
forget
sometimes.
about it, or
I just put it out of my head.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't give a shit.
oh, man.
I mean, most of the time, the stuff is like, whatever. It'll work itself out.
Yeah. And if it
And
doesn't, it
some-
doesn't. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, worrying about, like, here's one true thing though: worrying about it doesn't make it any better or
No,
worse.
No.
You just have to suffer with worrying about
You
it,
suffer twice.
and then suffer again with whatever the consequences are. And if
Yeah.
you do it like me, you don't suffer the first time; you just deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
No,
And as long as
that's not how I roll.
yeah, Kelly worries about everything, and it's like, just don't worry, just don't think about it. Think about other stuff. You
Man,
know?
I didn't know that Warren was the same guy who was on Deadwood. Schwinger's like right hand man guy.
No shit.
Yeah, he's in a lot of things. So I'm watching this. I'm like, I go, I really don't think he's special. I think he's
Yeah.
been in other things. So I look him up, and I only know him. I mean, I probably know him from other things, but the one I know for sure that I'm like, oh yeah, that. And I didn't know it until I was looking through. I still didn't know it, and then I see it in the pictures. He's the cameraman on Scream. And I've seen that a zillion times of Gail Weathers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about.
so I'm like, oh, I knew it. I knew him from something, and that's what it was from.
Yeah, he's in Deadwood. He's in what was the other one? True Detective and American Crime. I haven't seen either one of those things, but he's in there.
Yeah, season 2 of True Detective.
Yeah.
I can't place him.
Oh, okay.
He
For a
plays,
second, I thought he
Detective
was a
Teague
small one.
Dixon. Is he a big
Oh.
character? I don't know. Never
was.
seen the
No,
show.
he's not.
Okay.
I remember him in that.
Yeah.
He's got like a mustache and some other stuff. Plus he's a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what has it been? 20 years since 1998? 22?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! How the hell did that happen?
Yeah. We're old.
What the hell? Son of a bitch! That means that some kid who was born in 98 can drink?
Yeah.
Holy shit! That means that if we knew a girl who had a kid when we were in 9th grade, her kid would be old enough to drink right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That would suck, wouldn't it? Trying to deal with a 1-year-old in 10th grade?
Yeah, it would suck.
How the fuck do people do that? God
Probably
damn.
parents?
Some don't. Most don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phew. Man, that sucks. That's the simulation we all need to run when we're in like right before we go into puberty. Make them all run the simulation where you're in there for like 6 months and you have to try raising this kid.
Be like the
And
Rick
do
and Morty
schoolwork.
thing.
Yeah.
The fuck's that called? Roy?
Roy, yeah.
Like
Except
Roy
you're just dealing with some kid when you're and your mom and dad are like, I told you not to have sex with that loose girl, or that boy ain't right.
Damn it.
Why'd you let that boy stick it in you? God damn it! I have no idea what the hell a dad would say to that. I'd be like, "Well, why the hell did you do that now?
Damn it, dude.
You know you can say no, right?"
Oh man. Let's see.
Fast forward to like 14 years from now, Stan's like, "Dad, I had a little bit of an accident." What? I told you to put a helmet on your little soldier before you sent him into battle. God damn it.
God damn it, dude. Oh man. I guess
Yeah.
Owen Wilson was studio's first choice for this thing.
Yeah.
What?
Or they didn't want Ben Stiller, so let's see, hold on. Studio was initially reluctant to allow Ben Stiller, the Farrelly brothers' first choice, to star, so the brothers decided upon the then unknown Owen Wilson instead. So yeah, could have been.
Well,
Owen
how
Wilson
did
as
he
this
end up
thing.
getting the role?
Studio was they were even more reluctant for Wilson, so they agreed on Stiller. So they're like, no, okay, you wanted somebody who doesn't, we don't know who that fuck that guy is. All right, fine, Ben Stiller, whatever.
No shit.
Yeah, basically.
Steve, that's how we need to pitch a movie and have us act in it.
Yeah, so we give him somebody really obscure, and then
Yeah.
we give ourselves, and then we give somebody
Yeah.
really obscure after that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, be like, yeah, I'm gonna have the how about that girl is gonna play my role, and they'll be like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. She's terrible. And then Steve's like, I'm gonna have Ted Kaczynski play my role.
What?
Well, everybody hates that guy. I was trying to think of a Hitler-esque guy, but I can't think of one right now. Because
God
that's
damn it,
still
dude.
alive, you know.
And then Chris Farley was considered for the role of Warren.
Yeah. I
He
don't know
was
if that would have
definitely-
worked out right. I think the way they did it was good.
Yeah.
I think that
Well,
would have been over the top.
It's not like he backed out or anything. He just kind of died. So I guess in a way he backed out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you know that like most of Shrek was filmed with Chris Farley voicing?
Yes.
And I was like, I saw that and I was like, holy fuck. I didn't know that. I kind of want to watch the Chris Farley Shrek just to see the difference.
Me too. Well, I know he's not Scottish.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. And it was like a totally different story too. So,
Mike Myers probably fixed a lot of it, made it a better story.
well, yeah, I think Myers wanted to change it because he didn't want it to be like him just replacing Chris Farley. He's like, well, if I'm going to do this, it's going to be a brand new movie. Let's not try to, let's not have me try to act like Chris Farley. I'll just be, my own thing. And I think they had to redo most of the stuff because he didn't do a Scottish accent for almost the whole movie that they did the first time. And then he decided he would be funnier with the Scottish accent, and they refilmed pretty much the whole movie. Had to redo all the voice, the lip sync shit on the animation and shit. So turns out it worked out. Otherwise, that would have been real shitty for them if they would have lost a whole bunch of money because they changed a bunch of crap. So
That's funny. There's like some video guy, and he's like, if I got to redo this again, because he had to redo it for Chris Farley to Myers the first time, then Myers to the Scottish thing the second time. So, the second time he's like, if I got to redo this and this flops, I'm going to kick Myers in the balls.
yeah.
And then it's like, great. And he's like, fuck, this is a pain in the ass, but boy, this is coming together. Be funny though, like one of those things, like if I was in charge of doing it and I'm just like, oh yeah, I totally fixed it, didn't do any of it, and it's just totally out of sync. He's like, his lips are still moving and he's already done saying it. Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice that before.
Have me sitting back going, what the fuck is this shit?
Do I have to fix this? Well, somebody's got to. I'm just like, I put my phone on mute. I already been paid, man. We're already done.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're probably paid by the hour. So he's like, I'll just take my time.
I doubt it. Those guys are probably salaried, man. Maybe back then. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah. What's funny is all of those people that actually make the movie a lot better, you
Mhm.
know, they don't really get much in the way of money for it. At
Yeah.
least it doesn't seem like it. And then you got actors who some of the time make the movie worse just by showing up, and they get paid a crap load of money.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think that's right. I mean, it's one of my favorite Keanu Reeves stories. Like at the end of the first Matrix, he gave a crap load of his money to the special effects people, for doing such a good job and working so hard at it.
Yeah.
You
Guy's a
know,
good dude.
yeah, he
It's
is.
another one of those ones I hope we don't see something in the future where it's turns out to be a total shitbag. I don't think it'll happen, but never
Well,
fucking know
if
any
he's
days.
done anything, it'll end up being like Chris Farley's house was raided today, and it's discovered that he was manufacturing meth, or probably more likely, there's a dead body in the basement. Turns out, training for John Wick, he decided to take a human life.
Decided to.
Yeah.
Wanted to know how it felt.
I gotta know how it feels.
Oh man.
Well, that'd be weird. He just finds some. He's just like goes on the internet. He's like, sexual predators near me. Oh, here, this looks like a likely suspect. Uses that website that you can look at that shit.
Megan's Law.
Megan's Law. That's a fucked up thing to look at too.
Yep.
It's like, why are there this many people with those kind of crimes living this close to me? Shit.
Oh, man.
I don't like that at all. Like you're walking by, you tell the kid, stay away from the guy in that fucking house right there. Creepy guy with the pencil mustache, stay
Yeah.
away from him. He's not giving you candy.
Super thin chain, turtleneck, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess Harlan Williams, they said he's Fairley Brothers said he's impossible to direct. So whatever they wrote, he would just do whatever he wanted. So he's one of those guys, just like just go be yourself, man. Just do whatever you're gonna do, I guess. I wonder if he was always a serial killer then, or if Harlan just walks in with a fucking red bag and just starts talking weird shit, and they're like, "Well, fuck, now we got to add a serial killer to this."
He's great in everything, and he's just coming up with it off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, I guess in Ghostbusters, that was Bill Murray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Murray did the same thing. He'd say this line that they told him to, and then he'd just ad lib lines after that.
Yeah.
And they'd almost always use a line that he made up for himself. Because I think he got the character better.
Probably do the same thing with guys like Busey and like Jeff Goldblum and shit like that. You just tell them to do their thing, and you'll use whatever you can use in it.
Yeah, I always felt like Kramer could do that because, I wished he wouldn't have had his episode in the fucking.
I feel like he should
Comedy
be doing other
Club.
shit. Definitely should be out there now.
Because some of that shit, I just want to see a movie with Kramer being Kramer.
Yeah.
A Kramer movie would actually be funny. Like, he ripped that door open and the way he fell out of chairs and shit. All that stuff is hilarious.
Just show the episodes, but from Kramer's point of view the whole time. Whatever Jerry and all the other guys are doing. Then whenever Kramer's not on screen, that's where we're showing.
We finally get to meet Kramer and Robert's friend, Bob Sacamano.
Yeah.
Robert does that from time. Like, I heard him telling his buddy, yeah, I know this guy, Bob Sacamano. And he was telling me, and I'm like, does this guy not ever seen? And he's like, yeah, they're all fucking 20. They don't know what Seinfeld is. Robert had some of them believing that he's seen a documentary about a bunch of Green Berets that fought an alien.
Damn it.
And finally, one of them goes, wait, are you talking about Predator? And he goes, that was like a week after I told him.
They probably looked it up. Like, man, that sounds like a really good movie.
Holy shit, I want to see this documentary. And he's like, yeah, this alien was berserk. He could see heat. They're pretty sure. Killed almost all of them during the making of this documentary. They had to keep it hush-hush, though. Fucking Robert.
Oh, man. God damn it.
So, I know. Fucking.
You imagine there's probably one guy in that room that totally knows what Robert's talking about, and he's just sitting in the back. He's another older dude, and he's just like, "You fucking morons!" But he doesn't say anything because it's funnier that way.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Were we just watching a show? Kind of. No, that was something else. I don't remember what exactly happened, but they were doing something where they were talking about TV shows, and then they just kept upping the ante until somebody said one that was like really ridiculous.
Oh, you're talking about The Office.
It was The Office, yeah. That's what I thought. It was Kevin who did the
Yeah.
super obvious thing, yeah.
Ryan was saying that his family went on a safari to Africa, and his cousin, it was basically the Lion King.
Yeah,
He was doing the Lion King.
Yeah.
Kevin did a Weekend at Bernie's. One time, my uncle was having a party at his house on the weekend.
God damn, I love Kevin. He's so fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. On the weekend.
Oh man. I just remember what was it? There was one where he's bringing his chili in, he fucking drops it on the ground, and I was super sad. I was like, "Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry, man."
I'm
I
sad
know.
thinking about that right now.
Oh man.
You're so proud of it.
I know.
He spent all night roasting the things and everything. This is in the pot. They all meld together. They all,
Yeah.
drops it. He made it all the way from his car, and it almost. I mean, he was almost there.
Yeah.
And spills it.
That's gotta really suck being clumsy.
Don't
Does
look at me.
suck.
He looks right at me right after he says that. Like, what do you think about that, Kelly? I can
Well, I
be
don't-
graceful.
I don't have those kind of problems most of the time, thankfully. But I do on occasion have like a few years ago, Kelly made grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I fucking just like launched the tomato soup all over the floor. And to this day, I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened. Like I had a hold of it, then it was on the floor.
it was bad. It was like a
Yeah.
juggling bowl
Whole
kind of thing. And then he got mad at me. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Because he was embarrassed that it happened.
Yeah, I was like, don't
He was
look
like,
at me.
why did you give me a spoon to go with the bowl? It was kind of like that,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
like
man. Don't look at my shame.
Yeah, it's basically it. Don't look at me.
Oh man. All right, what rating did you guys give this?
4.5 stars.
3 3/4.
Wow, you picked the movie too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always do on a comparison scale.
Mhm.
It's not my favorite. It's good, but it's not,
Yeah,
exactly 4. So
I laughed a lot the first time I seen this, so I'm giving it a good score.
I gave it 4 stars. Next week's movie is Eric's choice. What are you gonna choose?
Oh no, I had it in my head and then it popped out.
Nice.
God damn it! What was the movie we just watched?
there's something about Mary.
No, the one before that.
It
Planet of
was
the
Jason's
Apes.
pick, the Planet of Apes.
Do we have the next one?
I think we've got them all.
I don't.
Okay, well if we have the next one, we'll watch that because I haven't seen the 2 after, and I can't remember what there was some movie I was gonna pick like 2 months ago, and I don't know what it was, so I'm out of bullets.
Well,
on
start
that.
writing them down, Mr. Forgetful.
Okay,
It takes
so
fun.
next week's movie is gonna be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
All right, that'll be just the 3 of us again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get Ricky involved, but I can't guarantee anything. That's right, apes together strong. All right, guys, so that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Bam, put that up there. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. You can also go to youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. HAP Gaming. There it is. Follow me on Twitter at Turkader. Follow Eric on Twitter at
Quick and severe.
Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
Jason on Twitter at Unbelievable1, and Ricky on Twitter at Furry Twitter Balls. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turketer Also, there's donate links on those things. So donate, buy me a taco. That'd be amazing. And like and subscribe, tell your friends, and all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you guys next week. I'll probably be streaming on Wednesday. Something most likely by myself, unless anybody else wants to join me. And join us next Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.